Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Wimmer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. And we actually made a big breakthrough with the judge. I'm actually growing to like the judge quite a bit. And it's not that he's perfect. He's not perfect whatsoever. But he did make efforts to make this trial a little bit more fair. You know what I mean? He kind of realized that things are not going to be going very fairly. And he's forgotten about the date with his wife. And he's now moving towards maybe a more fair trial. We'll see. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not perfect. It's not perfect yet. It's not a perfect situation, but he did make efforts to make this more fair, in my opinion.
I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying to this court.
And it makes sense that he doesn't trust us fully. Not that I think it's okay to not trust defense lawyers. I'm saying in terms of what they built up so far, they don't trust defense lawyers. They don't. So they wouldn't just drop it in an instant, right? They wouldn't. Understood, Your Majesty. Phew. Maybe now we can finally run a real trial. I don't know if that's ever truly fully possible. You know what I mean? There's always going to be shenanigans and different things going on anywhere in the world.
Arguments, Your Majesty. Very well, I accept your challenge.
Huh? What's with him?
Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just too hilarious. What's so funny, Mr. Payne? The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him in his case instead.
How so? What do you mean by that, prosecutor?
I told you, it's chief prosecutor.
He's, again, always he's a corrupt official. He has this emphasis on people making sure that they say chief prosecutor. He's so confident in himself because, again, he's had no competition against anybody. So he wants to be called chief prosecutor all the time. This aggrandizing stuff. Yes, because that's the thing to focus on right now. That's what's so great about character writing Ace Attorney Gates, right? The fact that he even brought that up was showcasing that he wants and needs for people to give him validation.
The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point the gun at the accused?
Oh!
Indeed, because the accused was about to commit a theft. It's the only logical explanation.
I thought it maybe was... Oh, this music. I thought the possibility was maybe someone's pointing a gun at both of them. Right? Or something like that. What? That does sound pretty logical. No, 100%, from this perspective, it's actually a good defense or a good attack. It's okay, why was he holding a gun to the defendant if there was no reason to hold? Because again, they got along together. They got along well, so why would he do that?
It doesn't help the accused situation at all.
So we're going to have to fight back against this now.
If anything, it makes him look even more guilty.
Yes, I have to agree.
Allow me to spell the truth out the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid the body in the treasure room. A hand truck for moving heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that.
And after all that hard work to knock down those insights. So wait, is he saying, and if I'm getting this right, he's saying that they used the hand truck to move the body from the treasure room to the treasure room. Yeah, that's what he's saying. He hid the body, the actual accused, the boy. And at first it's, yeah, that's what he's saying. Okay, just to be very clear, he used the hand truck to do that. I feel again, this is one of those situations where, shouldn't he have to be able to... I get it. He is kind of proving it by saying that there was a hand truck there. You could, say that that's how it happened. But I really feel we have to just point to the fact that, this is also something that has to be proven beyond an undeniable fact, right? It has to be. Back into the old familiar corner once more. Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough because... Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal? We want a rebuttal because, again, it's a situation where, yes, the attack is pretty strong because it's there's ability to move the body. There's an ability to change the rooms. Why would he shoot at him? There must be a reason because they got along really well. There's all these things that come into as an attack that we have to fight back against now. Let's see if we can do so. I'm drawing a total blank here.
I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold.
Jesus. It's for the scaffold for the gallows. Jesus Christ. I asked you a question, defense. Like, he wants us dead. The prosecutor wants us dead. Gasping Pain wants us dead. I've got nothing. I can't think of anything. Please, Phoenix. I can't think of any grounds for objection. The only thing to do at this point is ask the defendant himself what happened. But I don't know if, so anyway, we're going to ask him for his cooperation, I think his name is, yeah, I just wanted to double check, but his name is Albie. Instead of Albie, it's like Albie. So he pronounced like Albie, like as in I'll be your guide. Okay, that's good to know as well. So will he cooperate with us? I know he doesn't like defense lawyers either because, again, the culture that he's been brought up in here, right? The social structure he's been brought up in. Albie? Oh, this poor kid. Will you tell us what really happened?
You don't have to say anything, accused. Stop that. Fall for his evil trapping, only dirty your own.
Oh no, that's no, Judge, please tell him to stop. That's so horrible. You can't, especially to a 9-year-old. You can't say that. Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless I do. Unless you do. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry. Why? Why won't you trust me? Is this it? Is this the end? For both of us? No, Phoenix, we can't think of it this way. Wait. Maya! Oh no, but we're thinking of it like in a sad way. No, we can't. We can't think of Maya's memory in a sad way. Memory as if she's gone. Memory, you know what I mean? I never met a real lawyer before. Everybody always told me they're bad. Bad people who help dirty criminals go free. Yeah, that's what they've been told. And that's why the whole gallery hates us as well. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me. Would actually believe in me. Oh, Albie would risk his own life for me. I never would have imagined it. Albie. So, that's why I lied. To try and save myself. But I'm not going to lie anymore. Oh my god, let's go, Albie. This is a big step. This is such a big step, buddy. If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm going to believe in you too. Oh my god. With this determined music. Well, look at the little blush in his face as he like blows out the smoke like so determined, you know what I mean? I love it. This is a big step for him. This is a kid who's grown up in like this culture, but now he's realizing bit by bit, it's like, oh, this person's trying to help me. Like, let's be honest here, that's more mature than the people in the galleries. Like, legitimately, you know? What? Yeah, you didn't expect that, did you? You didn't expect that. You tried to manipulate do one last manipulation. Don't dirty your soul to this 9-year-old. But no, even he can see through your goddamn bullcrap, Paid. Allow me. Let's go. Allow me to explain. It's more like, allow me to explain. Love it, Albie. This music is great too. There's so much emotion in it, but like, again, I said there's a determination there as well. There's a hint of like a dangerous aspect of the song too, but I more feel the kind of like feeling of like pushing forward, you know? Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things. I'm so for this. This is so good. It's so good. I'm so proud of that kid. It's a big step. To be honest, I went to the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box. It's such a big step because this is going against like the social structure that is put in place in his world, in the place he grew up in, what he's been told since he was a kid. He's a kid. What's he been told since he was a baby? You know? This is huge. Even though the temple told you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it? That is surprising. Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful, the way it glows in the dark. I couldn't help myself. So it's just like a very beautiful thing that he wanted to see. Wait, it glows in the dark? Whoa, that's right. It's covered in a special mineral called fluorinite that makes it glow. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame they don't put it on display for the public. So this is going to be important as well because there is darkness in the seance, right? We saw some darkness. So why wasn't it glowing in that scene? Can you imagine how people would go on night tours of the temple if they did? He's always thinking about the business, right? He's always, if only he applied such passion to telling me the truth earlier. I mean, like, again, I think it's one of those things where, like, Phoenix is just, like, you know, very stressed out because it's like, yeah, the truth is going to help us a lot more than, like, telling any lie here. But obviously he was scared, and he was so scared as a kid. And obviously not Phoenix isn't shaming him for that either. Like, it's a very understandable feeling of fear that's brought upon by the religion in your world and the, as I said, the social structures and the things that people tell you as you're growing up as well. But this glowing in the dark stuff could be a big deal, right? It could be a really big deal. Treasure box updated. Yeah, there it is. The murder weapon, it was forced open and contents were sold in the glows in the dark. Perfect stuff. Love the music in this game so much. There's such a classic vibe to the music, right? Even though this game came out, what, 2016 was it when it came out? You know? On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again when I ran into Mr. Roll on the Great Stairs. So this is the stairs, maybe, okay. And he's maybe gonna cut him off at the past. The music's so good. So those were not the treasure room stairs in the seance vision?
No, there were great stairs that connected to the hallway.
Makes sense. The vision wasn't clear enough to show us what the top of the what was at the top of the stairs, yeah? The music is so good, isn't it? The music's so good. Again, a very inquisitive track. Did you feel it? Like there's like this kind of like very like tense investigation music happening almost. Cool bassline too. The diagram depicting the treasure room. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it.
Wait, he did? This is not what I expected. I thought it was going to be like there was someone threatening both of them.
I couldn't put my hands up.
Oh, look at this kid. He's freaking 9 years old, man. Jesus Christ.
Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had his scarf over...
I couldn't read his expression at all. Okay. Do you think he was impersonating... Did you think at this point he was already dead? And that guy in the blonde maybe was impersonating him? Because why would they mention he was covering his face if it wasn't a thing where, like, you know... If it was him, you know what I mean? So I wonder if it was because it's so dark in there as well, he couldn't really see clearly either. So I wonder if, like, here's my theory now. We change the theory every 5 minutes. I know we do. But that's what's fun about these games. Patrol was dead. He's gone. The guy killed him. He then came to this kid for some reason and threatened him, and then tried to pin the crime on this kid as well, on Albie.
Just then, the power went out, so I took the chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life. Even now, when I try to think back on it, all I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes.
And that must be so scary as well, to have someone that you trust and love to like look at you like that. But another reason why I think it was that guy who's just had his face covered, right, is because remember when in the flashback we saw, or the flash forward, maybe flash forward, I don't even think it was a flashback, it was just showing what was happening. The killer, the blonde guy, he said, I'll pin it on the kid. He didn't say I'll pin it on Albie. I'll pin it on the kid. So maybe he didn't know Albie, he just saw that kid and said, oh, well, he was there, I pretend it was him. And maybe there's a possibility that Albie, remember in Albie, I think he said he dropped something in his bag? Do you think it was a situation where, like, he was like, oh, I can pin this on them by putting this here or whatever? Maybe. That must have been when I dropped the note. Yes, exactly, that's what I was thinking. I think maybe he used that to pin it on him as well. Now again, my theories have been wrong in this episode, in this trial before, but I'm going to still theorize. I think it's so fun to do this. It's so fun to theorize. This poor kid. Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs? What is it, Albie?
I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? Did you steal it?
Did somebody already take the thing from the treasure box? What? Then maybe the sum for the treasure box was already gone when he went there to get the treasure box.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all this before. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't think anyone would believe me.
No. It's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. You're telling the truth now. You were scared. You're 9 years old. Don't worry about it. Like, legitimately, do not worry about it.
Grand speech. Oh, God. One that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief.
No. You're not pulling that here. No. Not at all. I believe I'll be so much.
Objection!
Love the objection. Get it in there. It's possible the victim misread the situation.
Objection!
Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had good reason to be suspicious of the accused.
I don't think that was the victim. I don't think that was the victim. Because again, there's no way with the relationship that he sold to me on who that lad was in terms of patrol. There's no way in hell that he would have pointed a gun at Albie, regardless of the reason. Because he said before, even he scolded him when he went into the treasure room before. Why would he go from... You don't go from like, hey, Albie, you shouldn't be in here, which is a scolding in my book, right? Please don't come back here again because you're going to get in trouble. That's scolding. Versus, and it's barely even a scolding. Like, you could say as well, Albie, you're not supposed to be here. Versus, like, pointing a gun. That's a jump in 20,000 spaces. Why does every new piece of information have to seem so incriminating? It's not to me. No, it is. I understand it is. I understand it is because he's admitted he was there. He's admitted he met the victim and all this stuff too. 100%. But like, from my perspective, I think just from thinking forward to what might happen, I think it's actually going to help us a lot more than it's going to hurt us in the end.
Shadow. What do I do, Shadow? I want better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands. In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed that the treasure had been stolen. And then, just after that...
What reason would Patrol have to open the box, though? Is that part of his job?
He ran into the accused. I'll be your guide.
Like, you know what I mean? I'll be your guide. Oh, yeah, that's I'll be your guide, yeah. I'll be your guide. No, that's not what happened. And I believe you 100%, Albie. I believe you 100%.
Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused.
No. Wait, what popped out of there? Oh, he hit himself in the face with his... Wait. Is that a puppy? Does Albie have a puppy in his bag? No way. What now?
Oh my god, look at it!
And has like a Magatama symbol on its forehead. Oh, that's Shadow. Hey, Shadow. Down, boy. Well, what do we have here? It's a cute little puppy on top of a cute little kid's head.
I'm so sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow.
Oh my god, it's adorable, Albie. Oh my god, I'll be so nervous about it, though. You're gonna give me a heart attack. So that's what's making his bag move. Can't you quiet the yappy butt down? We can quiet you down if that's what you want. Make you stay quiet forever.
Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake.
You can understand him?
Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense.
Stop making jokes about this kid, please. I beg your pardon? You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you? Wait, are we? There's no way. I mean, we cross-examined a whale before. Of course not, Your Majesty, not this time. Yeah, we cross-examined a whale, right? An orca. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there. I think I better reassess my strategy, and fast. I have to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim or were sunk. While it's true that the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died, it doesn't mean somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at the time. If we're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach ready. Yeah, like how do we point out that? Because we know the blonde guy is the responsible for all this, right? But how do we get to that? How do we get to that blonde guy? You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, who but the accused standing in front and center could have done it? Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture.
Dude, you're Mr. Conjecture sometimes. You know what I mean? They should call you Conjecture Pain. Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know I can think of something convincing. You can. I believe in you so much. Look at our gorgeous man. Oh, wow. Where could the victim have been struck from? Is it behind here? Behind him? That's what I would say. Here? Because that's what I was thinking. The attack is from... Because remember from the start we said, like, he'd have to angle the hit over his head like this when he's facing forward. Whack. And to do that, you'd have to have more of a, like, torque and a swing. You'd have to... Because by the time this kid swings this box and hits him over the head, what's going to happen is, like, it's going to fall, but it's not going to have the same torque you'd have by swinging a pipe or, like, a bat. So, like... For it to make a dent in their head, you'd have to like do it like from behind them with someone stronger. So I'm thinking like here. Around here.
Take that!
With the defendant standing in front of the victim. Isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind? Exactly, yeah. And that's what I was thinking. From the start, it seemed like crazy that he could do this like torqued swing from behind. Honestly. From behind? From in front of him, I should say. I see. Yes, I suppose it's not outside of the realm of possibility. Good. Now at least I have some breathing room, yeah. Some breathing room. Well, who do you suppose could it have been? Oh, the true culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and murder. And again, we don't have like his name in the court, right? That's the problem. We just don't. The true culprit? And I suppose you have a true timeline to go along with that? I should have known if I have to explain everything. I mean, yeah. 100%. All right. If we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means the victim would have to already be in the treasure room? After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. Oh, maybe they went into the storeroom. Is that what they're going to go with? Because that's the only other named room. But then Pat Roll came down. You know what? Actually, I got my theory wrong again. I thought Pat Roll might have been already dead. I think what actually happened is Pat Roll came down, saw the treasure was probably missing somehow, saw the treasure box on the floor, and then he hid in the storeroom, and then Pat Roll got hit over the head when the blackout happened. Maybe, yeah, that makes sense. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom, yeah, at the end of the hallway. And here's the thing, I'm getting stuff wrong here all the time, 100%. So, like, I'm not being like, oh, I got the storeroom right. I think it's just, like, stuff like that is really good because once you realize it, it's like, oh, yeah, of course, you know? But again, this could change as well. It's changed many times. Like, we played so many trials where we thought we had the answer, and then, like, an hour later, we're in a completely different situation, you know? And that's what's fun about this. It's fun. Things change all the time.
You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright.
We're explaining a possible thing that could have happened, just like you explained the possibility that someone moved the body. You were able to do possibilities. We're doing possibilities too.
In a minute, you have nothing but baseless conjecture.
I feel like conjecture is also saying just because there's something like that's like saying that like in a warehouse someone moved the body from the warehouse to another place just because there's a forklift there. That's conjecture, right? That isn't that conjecture? If you said like, hey, like if the killing happened in the front offices and you said, well, you could have moved the body from the warehouse because there's a forklift there. You could say that about anything, right? Kind of? Maybe? I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Are we? That's so Ace Attorney experience, right? That's Ace Attorney core, right? Where it's just like when Phoenix goes, all right, time to do this. And we're like, we're doing this? Really? When you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around in the storeroom area? Oh, he's so adorable looking at the dog on his head as well. I'm sorry. If anyone ever touched a hair on his head, I'd kill them. I don't know. There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the ends of the hallway. I see. Swing and a miss. We tried something. We have to try something, you know? Oh my god. This duo is adorable. I hope that they're like in the entire game. You know what I mean? I really do. I hope that they keep showing up in some way too, you know what I mean? Because they're like a very like adorable duo, like and I think that like also like he's like a very sweet character too. He reminds me of like, you know, not the same personality by the way, not the same character, but like it's like that feeling that you have like where when we met Pearls or when we met Trucy, where it's like if anyone touches this character, I will kill them. It's like instantaneous, you know what I mean? Oh, Shadow says that someone was there. Why is he so adorable? I see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony's inadmissible. Yeah, because the dog, I suppose. You think this is a joke? It's not fun. It's really like not funny. Like what? Like that's why I don't like him making jokes out of like this kid. Honestly, I really don't like doing it like at all because again, it's a scary situation. Obviously, like we're joking around with the actual the game is but we're playing a game and having like we're immersed in the game. But I think also it's like there's some stuff that is going to be funny in Phoenix Wright. It's a Phoenix Wright game for God's sake. But also at the same time too, like he's making a joke out of the kid that's totally different. Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person. But that doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway. Yeah.
Objection!
Very cool voice acting there.
Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink.
What are you talking about?
Unfortunate for you, only the accused and the victim were there in the hallway at the time of the incident.
How do you know this for sure? Is there like cameras? How can you continue to make that assertion?
Because there was a witness.
Oh, a very reliable eyewitness? Who's that? What?
Your Majesty, the prosecutors would like to call its witness to the stand. What?
Calling an eyewitness to the stand? It's been decades since that. Oh my god, you don't have witness. Guys. They don't have witnesses. I mean, it makes sense if they don't have defense lawyers. They're not going to give any chance for like any like factual information to get into the court.
And unlike the defense witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved.
That was a low blow. Again, he's poking fun at like Shadow and the boy. Like he feels like right now he's like playing with this food almost with us and the kid, where it's kind of like he's having fun. He's having a fun time. It's like the ultimate revenge for everything that happened with his family and stuff like this as well. You tell him, Shadow. I have a feeling Shadow is gonna be a more reliable witness. Very well, I'll allow it. And now for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand. Who's it going to be? That's how they're bringing him in as a witness. It's the killer. He did it. Oh, I was wondering how they're going to bring him in because we haven't even had a mention of him. We didn't even meet him beforehand. Yeah. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Was it Pilson Bun? Adestin Din's the name? I'm like a temple's head monk, can you dig? Oh, and he's playing was a mandolin? You guys can tell me the right instrument, maybe I'm wrong. If it isn't instructor, was it Adestin Din? Adestan? Your eyewitness? Instructor. Not only is Mr. Adestin the temple's head monk, but he's also a renowned Dalman expert. Sorry to have to ask, but what's a Dalmalon? Oh my god. It's actually sounds great. Check it. Here she is, my sweet serenader. My one and only groovy, right? But you heard our sultry sound once before, brother. Windra? Gun? And always singing a song, and Tiger? Bat? Oh, is this going to be the thing we have to listen to him sing every single time? The instrument always sounds great, that's a song from the Dance of Devotion. Oh. Right on, brother. The song of the ceremony. He has an interesting Magatama as well, doesn't he? Playing this tune together is a precious gig. For me and my girl, you dig? For you and your girl is, who's your girl? The song of ceremony, the song that was playing at the time of the murder. Oh, Holy Mother, may the righteous sounds of my Dalman serve as my offering to you. Is that the name of the instrument? Sorry if I got that wrong. And they're clapping for him, man, like it's a performance. Wonderful, a great performance always. This is not starting good for us. There's already of course there was going to be a bias for anyone that came in here, but still. This is my thing, my bag. I make instruments speak, baby. It doesn't sound bad. It has a very, it's a beautiful instrument. But still. Oh, look at that. They even got the strum and the finger animation. The animations have been, because here's the thing. I always, love Phoenix Wright. The 2D art is, always going to be, something that, will always be so magical to me, right? But the 3DS stuff they have here, has some great facial expressions, some great animations. But I feel like in Spirit of Justice, maybe, you guys see it too. The animation is, even stepped up from Dual Destinies, I feel like. No Dalma in class today? No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime. Thanks to the lawyer over there. But Judge, come on. If he's here, that means there's no class going on anyway. The class Judge wanted to attend was a Dalman lesson. There's a big conflict of interest, but I don't think this court cares at all. The conflict of interest would be this person is someone they respect, and not just someone they respect, but someone who is who teaches them, is someone who's a celebrity clearly because people are cheering for him and clapping for him. There is a big conflict here, I think, in my opinion. Now, it's not it's gonna happen eventually where a celebrity does go to court and a judge is gonna like them and stuff, I guess, as well, but they have to hide that or whatever, that does happen. But I still think that is a conflict, to love someone so much that you favor them over someone else, Well, you know what to say, baby. Never trust a lawyer, man. But transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice. Oh my god. So again, already we have this sign of this character that what I perceive him as is someone who does put up a big show for people, right? This is all a performance to me because, and this one line solidifies it, because you could have said maybe he believes some of the stuff but doesn't believe the other stuff, but the fact that he definitely tried to steal from this temple, he clearly killed someone, he tried to blame it on a 9-year-old kid, that's already horrible, but there's always a chance that those people in their delusional minds still believe in this kind of religious stuff here. Him saying this now showcases that he doesn't believe in it whatsoever, because he's talking about himself right now. He is a transgressor, you know what I mean? He is a transgressor. He doesn't believe in this whatsoever. He's putting on for show. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Addiston, Din. As a treasure keeper, you must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen. Every single time he talks, he's going to do a strum. Yeah, man, that was not cool. This guy is probably going to be mind-numbing, right? He's probably going to get on our nerves a little bit, maybe a little bit. I think it's not about the instrument. The instrument's beautiful, right? It's totally beautiful. It's the fact that like you can tell that this is all a performance, and he doesn't like actually embrace this type of stuff. He probably embraced the celebrity side of it more than anything, you know. Clearly he's after something else than actually like worshiping his religion, you know. Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Addiston.
That's right, brother. This here is the one and only treasure box key.
Oh, the Magatama. So you had the treasure box key then.
I keep it on me at all times. Can you dig?
So, and the wink as well, by the way. His, like, there's something I think just about, like, the I don't know what is about him, like, and it's not like his, design is bad or anything, but it really does feel like he is, like, maybe it's just I'm seeing him now with the wink and, like, and stuff like this too, and him dangling that as well. He feels really, like, you know, like he's getting on my nerves, like, a bit, I don't know what to say, like, a bit underhanded as well, in a way. But the sneaky thief went and cracked that sucker anyway. Total bummer, man. Like, that expression gives off an underhanded vibe for sure. So that's the key to the treasure box, is it?
You know it, baby. It's called a Magatama key.
And it's a historical artifact. Stop dangling that in front of it. I'm not a baby.
It's been passed down from head monk at the temple.
The Magatama key, huh? So at least we have that in the evidence now. The sole key for opening the treasure box. Addiston Din keeps it on his person at all times.
And now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. How am I ever going to face Her Holiness again?
I don't think you're worried about that whatsoever. Whatever was in that treasure box, you were planning on running with it. You're planning on getting away with this. I think the fact that you're so happy with the idea of like two people dying today over your own. He's already killed somebody. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? He's happy for this like person who like just came here yesterday and a little kid to die. He has no problem with this. Like, that's why I have no problem saying that this dude is like, I think it goes without saying, this dude is horrible.
Oh, Holy Mother, you don't mean any of this. Please fight in your infinite mercy to forgive me.
Again, I have no problem whatsoever with people practicing their religion. I'm not religious myself. I have no problem whatsoever. But the fact that he's using it as a shield almost, right? To be like, I'm so virtuous, I'm this and that. And he's going to use it as, it's almost like, you know, how could I ever lie? How could I be the one that like, you know, and I know he hasn't said that yet, but it feels like that's the vibe I get from him. And I think he's going to use that in the future as well. You know, transgressors should be punished. Like, he's using it as a way to like accuse like, Albie. And like, he could 100% use this as well to like make himself seem holier than thou.
Please guide this lost and humble lamb.
Humble? Why do I always get the far out ones? Oh my god.
Mr. Addison, you witnessed the accused of the victim heading to the treasure room.
You know what, baby? Best believe I scoped the tiny transgressors again. Just like, no problem blaming a kid here as well. Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? Okay, let's go for it. Let's definitely go for it. And there it is as well. Again, it's a beautiful instrument. It's so gorgeous.
To bring justice against the transgressor, man. Yes, of course, I'll do all I can.
Again, it's fake already. You know what I mean? This whole thing, like, it's like, and he doesn't believe an ounce of this.
In the name of Her Holiness, I vow to sing not but the truth, and swear to bring, hit me.
I swear to bring, hit me. I think it's a beautiful instrument. I love the new UI, honestly. What I saw, baby. Wait, is he singing this? That's a really clever thing to do. Really clever. Like, again, it's like him doing a performance here again. The crowd loves it. The judge clearly loves this type of stuff too. After the morning dance and devotion, to go back to my chamber, I got the notion. It's rhyming. Okay. Don't you know, my chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room. Hey. Yeah, he's definitely rhyming here as well. Any small footsteps I can quite clearly hear in any of the treasure room goes near. Okay, I'm gonna press this as well because, like, can you? Like, you're gonna hear a 9-year-old's footsteps? Again, I know like they're not tiny, but still. It's actually a really clever way they're doing this. Like, with the musicality of this as well. It's really clever. Albie was the only one. Okay, we're pressing this as well, I guess, because like this isn't even a statement basically. This is just saying Oh no, I guess he's saying that he is the one he saw. But yeah, it's very vague, I suppose.
Before the blackout, one other than roll. Only Albie to the treasure room did stroll.
Yeah, okay. So I think the last three statements we can press. And I actually think it was very clever. The musicality aspect of this is really, really clever. Because it's very clear he's putting on a show, and for even to put on a show through his testimony is just like, it's really good character writing to me, because again, he is a very showy, fake person already. Yeah, the last three statements we can press for sure. Because I don't really think I can have any evidence here to like go against this yet. Tell me I was hallucinating just now. Nope, that's very real what we just saw.
Like, can you believe Mr. Roll bit the big one after that? Harsh, man. I mean, it was very harsh, yeah. I share your sentiments. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, Miss Addiston?
What? You found the body as well? Oh my god. And remember, he was got, like, we all we saw was him pinning it on Albie. That's all we saw. He really is a key witness then. Man, it's, you know what's so interesting? Again, as I said, any singular person, if they were like, if I was in front of like say someone from like any other, like any religion, right? Even this religion itself. Let's say like for example, we literally had Rafa standing in front of us, and that never annoyed me, her doing like her poses or do different dances and stuff like this too. It was actually like, you know, kind of like really cool to see that side of the culture, even if she was like going against us. You know, that was never an issue whatsoever. I think it's the fact that I know that he is 100% going against his own religion right now, and he's still doing all this like stuff here as well. I know this is actually something that's not just like germane to his religion. I think there's other cultures that do that too. But you know what I mean? He's acting all spiritual, and that's what's irritating about him. You know what I mean? Because like, it's again, Rafa does like that, does poses. She does her like spiritual stuff, and it's like, it's really kind of neat to see. You know, because it is like, because you can brush apart the kind of like very aggressive nature she has and just be like, oh, it's cool to see this side of the culture. But she believes in it. She believes that stuff, at least from the outer side of the thing. Like, she's not trying to like, you know, go against it. And I'm not saying like you have to respect religion. That's not what I'm saying, by the way. Because again, I'm not religious myself. But it's one of those things where like, I don't mind people practicing the religion. But in this case, he doesn't even believe it. And that's why it's getting frustrating, him doing this every 2 seconds.
After the blackout, I went to reset the breaker and give power back to the people. The circuit box was near my chamber, so I'm always the man for the job. You feel me?
I feel you, buddy. Sure. Feeling you. So the breaker's over here. Okay, they're showing this for a reason.
The breakers are in the first floor hallway in the first front of the storeroom. On the way, I got a whiff of something funky. Blood, man. Really harsh my mellow. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung by the treasure room to see what's what. And it was like, whoa, man. There's a poor Mr. Roll dead on the door, dead as a doornail.
So this is the diagram we have updated again as well, which is fantastic. It means we're going to be using it at some point with the breaker. Great stuff. But he's claiming that he saw the body. We know this isn't true. We have to find a way to prove this isn't true. He was the one who like said he was going to blame the kid, right? We know this isn't true.
In the interval between the end of the dance and devotion and the blackout, the only ones who went to the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So you see, Miss Addison's unsaleable account is what led to the accused's arrest.
I'll decide what's unsaleable, Mr. Payne. Love it. Love it. Slap the table.
Hold it. Isn't it possible that the murder took place before the end of the dance of devotion? I'm afraid it's not possible. The victim was in the performance hall until the very end of the dance.
He was?
Would you like some proof? How's this? A photo that the morning dance of devotion was taken by a tourist.
And you can see here as well, Rafa's there. You can see Pat Roll in the front there as well. And you can also see the dude there as well with the instrument. The Dalaman? Dalaman? Yeah, you can see it there for sure. You see, my what Grace done, it is graceful dance. I'm saying her dance is incredible, and it's because like she puts her heart into this, and you can tell she's putting her heart into this. It's like there's never a situation where I'm like, I would ever be like, oh, that's like irritating, just you know, because again, it's a beautiful thing to see other people's culture and other stuff like this as well. Like, well, he has like a flying V version of that instrument. Wait, is it always a flying V? And I just didn't notice. Like it's like because he doesn't believe in it, because he's using it as clearly as something to make himself more virtuous and make other people seem less virtuous and make Albie seem less virtuous. Like, that's why it's like, stop that. You know what I mean? Like, I can see this dance happening all day. It's great. It's great stuff. It's beautiful stuff. I can almost hear the sound of Mr. Addison's dollar now. Payne's right. There's Mr. Roll on duty.
Never underestimate the incredible pain.
You are an incredible pain for sure. So in addition to Rife's insights, he has had backup evidence lined up too, huh? Dance's devotion photo added to the court record. Yeah, it seems like he planned a lot of this out for sure, or at least like after the fact found a lot of ways to like plan to make this work to his effect as well. For sure.
As head monks, my monks in training are like my own kids, like family. Can you dig it? I should have taught that I'll be better, man. Before Her Holiness, the Holy Mother. That's not my voice, that's Payne's voice. Oh, Albie, confess your sins, my young brother. This is what I'm talking about, using this as like a way to make someone else feel less than, and make them seem less than. That's why it's annoying. That's why it gets on your nerves, right? Because it's like, no, dude, you can't use this against this kid. No, Albie, don't worry about this. Head monk Addison, I didn't kill Mr. Roll, so I don't have anything to confess. You tell him, yeah, to the Holy Mother. Exactly. This is someone who actually believes in his faith. What? Bogus little man. Your faith is weak like a wet paper bag. Are you feeling me? Dude, you were describing yourself. You were describing your own faith. Spare the rod, hey. Wait, isn't that not a symbol for like... Is that not like the expression they used to talk about... I think it literally is. It means like if you don't hit the kid, they're spoiled. And that they grew up wrong if you did that. F you, dude. Like, absolutely F you. I'm gonna enjoy taking you down. It's gonna be the biggest joy I've ever had. I'm going to be smiling from ear to ear when you're put away. That's what that means. And then he does this pose again. I'm very religious. I went against my religion. Her Holiness's magnanimous son, if you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm. Again, it's manipulative, dude. It's manipulative. He's saying you will die. He's saying you're going to die, but you'll be forgiven. He literally said that, like he should have been, that the kid should have been beaten. That's what he said. I don't suppose she could forgive him in this realm first. I love that. He's like, maybe we could figure out something here first. Because that's what he said. He said, once you die, you'll be forgiven. Right? That's what he was saying to Albie, to this 9-year-old kid. And also saying that someone should have hit this kid. That's what he said. Defense, please begin your cross-examination. I think there should be something done about this guy saying that the kid should have been beaten when he's younger. I feel like that's like something you shouldn't say in a courtroom. Or even now, sorry, not even younger. I keep saying like younger, but he's a kid now. But you know what I mean, Judge? I think something should be done about that, maybe. But then again, what do I expect when they don't really have like defense lawyers or witnesses at all? Horrific thing to say. I'm gonna so enjoy this. So enjoy taking this guy down. This is gonna be literally like a dopamine. This could be like my happiness forever. I'm gonna like just keep a picture of this trial in my back pocket when I get sad, when I take him down. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Cannot wait to take you down. Cannot wait. So what did we say? The last 3 ones is what we were gonna do. So we have... So no, 3 to 5 we said we're gonna press. The music here is great as well, isn't it? Any small footsteps I can quite... So I want to press this first of all. Yeah, I want to talk to him about this. Even from inside your chamber, you can still hear what's going on outside. Temple is groovy old building built from Mother Nature's finest. Oh my god. Once again, look at this, the dangling of the key. He's so like self-righteous. He could hear a pin drop through the wooden walls, you dig? In an old building like that, I guess the walls must be pretty thin. And, we have to be fair with our runes, because the only way we can actually get a win here is by being fair with stuff. And again, he doesn't deserve anyone being fair to him, but I'm talking about, like, we need to talk about every possible fact. Like, we can't just deny facts to get, just because we hate someone, right? And the fact is, if you've ever been in an old building, it doesn't matter how, like, if it's, like, from the 80s or even, like, the 50s or even, like, some buildings from the 90s, if you've ever been there, like... You walk on the stairs in any place, or you walk on a wooden floor, and it creaks. You know what I mean? It will creak. And that's Mr. Addison could know the culprit's movements. It's all thanks to the Holy Mother's divine protection. Right on, my man. I dedicate this testimony to Her Holiness. I bet you do. I bet you do.
Fake as hell. Fake as hell, this guy. I'm gonna so enjoy taking him down. I love you, Ace Attorney, for giving me someone that I will enjoy taking down. Thank you so much. I love you. It's like, and I hope you get what I'm saying with the situation. You guys do understand. I don't even have to explain it, but like, I would say like, it's always like the biggest joy in the world when you get the not guilty verdict for someone who's innocent. It feels so freaking good, right? In both the immersive in the immersive world that we live in this game, it feels fantastic to do this because we love the characters that we meet and we want to defend the characters we meet. It also is something that like these are serious situations that like that's also why it feels good to get someone the not guilty verdict, because you feel like, oh my god, I got this person out of a terrible situation. Like let's not beat around the bush here. The serious situation is Albie will die. We will die. That's what's happening here. But even if it wasn't that, even if he's going to get locked up for a year, he shouldn't be locked up for a year, right? Even with that, right? The other thing that is great about these games as well is that, yes, you get immersed in these very serious topics and they're absolutely terrifying. You want nothing to happen to your client who clearly is innocent and all this stuff as well. There's the other side of it where mechanically and video game wise, the satisfaction you get from taking down someone who is truly awful is second to none in Ace Attorney. It is second to none. And it's like why I praise these games all the time as well, is that like the victory is one of the sweetest things in the world. When you get that not guilty verdict or even a guilty verdict when you're on the right side of it, it is joyous. It is joyous. We're pressing this as well, aren't we? Yeah, we said we press this one. Yeah, it's joyous. How could you tell that Albie just from the sound of his footsteps? Exactly, yeah. That's a good question.
Albie is practically my family man. The smooth groove of his shoes are easy to pick out. Really?
But how do you know he went to the treasure room? Didn't you think it was possible he went to the storeroom at the other end of the hall?
No way, man. I saw him with my own two eyes.
So now you saw him? You saw him? Yeah, so we're no longer hearing him? He's singing again in the treasure room.
This you can believe. My peepers peeped the sneaky sneak. I'll be.
Oh my god, listening to the song, I guess.
And tell us where.
Look how like again how pompous he's being.
Where it is you stood when you saw the accused, if you would.
Oh my god, he's rhyming too.
When I heard the footsteps, I looked out the window. From my window, I can see the window of the first floor hallway across the courtyard, you dig?
So he was able to see all the way down there? Is that possible? Now, I'm not denying the logic of the video. You probably will be able to see something, right? You definitely would, but you wouldn't be able to see everything, in my opinion, maybe? I'm trying to think how, like, I would, like, maybe you could if the windows were clear enough, right? But if it was really dark in there, it's going to be hard to see, right? If it didn't have full light. Like, if it was a well-lit room with, like, a light bulb, you might be able to see it, but I wonder what you'd be able to see there from that perspective. I don't know. And through that window, I saw Albie walking into the treasure room. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Add to the testimony? Should be added to the testimony? I mean, yeah, why not? I feel like it's necessary, right? Could you please add that your statement to your testimony, Mr. Addiston? Is it I disdain? What's the pun here? And Isten. Maybe you guys can tell me what the pun is. You guys usually are really good at telling me what the pun is anyway.
You got it, brother. Through the window, I did spy little Albie with my own eye.
Okay. And so this is the added kind of like thing. But what can we do with this? Should we press it again? Just to see? Because obviously they want us to do something with this statement, but I'm not sure what. Through the window, you say?
That's right, brother. There's a courtyard outside the window of my chamber.
So we're getting this information.
And across the courtyard, I can see the window of the hallway to the treasure room, man.
Judging from the diagram, I guess that's plausible. Plausible is the word, yeah. A view from the courtyard for your chamber, how nice that must be. I bet it's beautiful this time of year. Watch a Chinese butterfly flitting about.
You know it, Pops. I often look out into the courtyard while playing my Dolomon. And it goes a little something like this.
Oh my god. We got him going again. Again, beautiful instrument. Beautiful instrument, honestly. So, is there something we have to present this as well? On this? Is there anything we can present? I don't know. I don't think they're like, I can't see anything here that we can present on this, right? Do you guys? Me asking you guys if you're gonna say something here as well. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here. Should we press the next statement just in case, maybe? Because remember we said we were going to press it anyway. It was this one, right, wasn't it? It was this one we said we pressed, right?
Hold it!
How can you be so sure that no one else was there?
Well, man, you lawyers are so uptight, as they say.
Oh god, don't answer the question. Is it possible that someone else could have been snuck past?
The answer, my friend, is squeaky wooden floorboards, baby.
Again, he's gonna use these squeaking wooden floorboards forever. That's his defense with this stuff.
They make such a racket, not even the quietest cat could sneak by me, you dig?
Yes, that makes sense. And all of that just now was simply more of the attorney's unfounded suspicions, I see. Oh my god, Judge. We have to I'm trying to get a kid from dying here. Please, like, you know, I know it is kind of unfounded, but please.
That's the truth, baby. It's all that I sing.
The truth is all, it's everything. There's not truth coming out of your body. Words of wisdom, words of truth. Baby tooth for sooth phone booth. Someone said there is funny dialogue for like this, if you get things wrong and stuff like that as well, but like it's one of those situations where I don't think I can press everything and I know people like, you know, very kindly were saying maybe you could do that. It's one of those situations where I know this game is like really long, so I'm just gonna have to try and like, you know, press on what I think is right to press on, right, and kind of do that as well. I hope that makes sense.
Much thanks to Mr. Andestan.
Oh my god, they're all rhyming.
Let's bring this then to the defense grandstand then.
Phoenix, you're not stopping me. Oh my god, he's rhyming too. Until my client goes free. Tell him! Wait a minute. Why am I singing? You got caught up in a moment. It's okay. You got caught up in a moment.
Right on, even the lawyer's joining in, baby. Everybody's starting to feel the groovy vibe of my far-out rhythm.
I refuse to let him run this show. I think I found the flaw I've been looking for. What is it? Anasan was in his chamber on the second floor. Okay. But there was something that definitely should have been blocking his view. Wait, oh, can we look at the diagram maybe? Let's take a look at the diagram then. Where is, if you go into present, what was blocking his view? What was, it wasn't the darkness. Should we present this on the statement, the news statement or something? So on this statement here, should we try and present this on it?
Objection!
No, it doesn't seem right, is there? And its evidence will prove it. Yeah, okay, maybe not that. No, the only thing odd I find here is your objection. Okay, so that's not right at all. I thought maybe like it was like because we could point out something on the map there, but I'm not sure at all. I'm not sure. Then that didn't go very well. So it might be something on that like that we see that is blocking this place too. I don't know. We should check all our evidence because he says we have it. He says like because he's already saying it like it's already possible, right? Like it's already a thing. It's not this. What's in the notice? Due to the number of growing number of threats around the temple, we're tightening security throughout. Therefore, all the hallway shutters remain shut for today's dance of devotion. There we go. Okay, great. Okay, I just didn't. I should have read that. I should have read that. That's my bad. That's a mistake that I made in like my first playthrough. I think I make it once per playthrough, right? Where I just don't read everything. You should just read everything.
Objection!
There it is. Yep, 100%. Yeah, it's just one of those situations. I think it happens once per playthrough. You can look back. It's like, okay, Calvin, read everything. You know what I mean? 100%. There's something off with that, Mr. Addison.
My music is off? I'm sorry you feel that way, man. Maybe this vibe ain't topping the charts where you're from. What's your poison? Orchestra? Jazz? Soul?
There's nothing wrong with my ears, witness, but something's not quite right with your eyes. Mr. Addison, you've been lying to this court. Oh, wow.
Now why would I lie?
I got nothing to hide. I think this is intentionally meant to like slow down the proceedings, intentionally so, because again, it's like we're not meant to like this guy. It's meant to be fun and like a very charming aspect of the game, and I think it's very creative. But I think also intentionally so, this would like make me go mad in the courtroom, right?
Truth and truth alone is all I sing.
Lying, y'all? Nah, lying ain't my thing. You're a big liar. You're the biggest liar I've ever seen in my life. I contend otherwise. Yes, we do contend otherwise. I love the way like Phoenix over time, like he does still get nervous, and we've seen this before him get nervous and stuff he gets too, and it's still very cute the way he gets nervous. But I do love that like a lot of like times we've seen now Phoenix will like, you know, again slam the table and be like, you are a liar. You know what I mean? Like I love that does this now. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Addison? Because he's experienced, of course he is.
It's a temple notice, man. What of it?
In this notice, the following instructions to the temple monk is written. All of the hallway shutters remain shut for today's dance of devotion, which makes sense if there was like an increased number of like thievery happening and thieves around the place as well, I suppose.
What you talking about, Phoenix?
I'm talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't see anyone going into the treasure room through those shutters. Oh, he's getting a bit frustrated now as well. Looks like you didn't get the memo.
No way, I don't believe it, man.
If you don't believe it, why don't you read the notice for yourself? Oh my god, I love when Phoenix does that smile as well.
Let's see, something, something, will, something for, something, something.
Is that your idea of reading?
I'm not so hot after reading Curtese, man. Reading Curtese. I usually get one of the other monks to read the stuff for me, you know?
Doesn't that make your duties as head monk a little difficult? It probably would, especially if you haven't, like, I guess, I'm not judging anyone for, like, you know, like, not being able to learn a language, by the way. It's not, we judge him for different things, not for not being able to learn a language. But, like, I think over time I would, like, try my very best to try and learn this language. Especially if my life is going to be built around this thing going forward, you know? Hey, cut me some slack, man. Or, why would you learn the language if you're planning on maybe just stealing something and then leaving? Maybe? I only moved this country 6 months and you're the head monk? Yeah, come on, guys. He is dipping after this. He is leaving. That's quite recent, isn't it? So, how did someone who's only been here for 6 months become the head monk of a temple? That's a good question.
How do you understand religious faith can be measured in months or years?
Yeah, but is there not dedication? You know, is there not, like, trust? Shouldn't you have to build up trust?
I've only been adhering to Curanism for 3 months myself.
Honestly, that's actually probably the fairest point I've ever heard. If you can get to this point in your life, like, you know, then obviously there's a very weird system going on here for sure.
The only one whose teachers really spoke to me prompted me to stay in this country.
Or was it the fact that there are no lawyers here at this book? Yes, this is it. Because that's the thing. That's why it's a flawed system. If someone could come in after 6 months and become a head monk, and if someone could come in and become the head prosecutor after 3 months, to me, that's a flawed system. Like, to me, with any type of job in any type of situation, it doesn't matter if it's a job where like you're working in you know, really difficult jobs like in retail, or you're working in like, you know, more like a financial thing, doing books, or you're working in like, you know, anything from any job, from like, you know, the as I said, the difficult stuff on the ground floor of retail, the doing books on for like accounting, whether you're like a you know, someone who works in the at a pawn in like a big pawn store. Like it's one of those situations where like you need to have like, if someone's going to be a manager, if someone's going to be the boss, the other people kind of need to be like, at the very least go like, this guy's good at doing his job, or else the whole thing kind of does fall apart. And you could say, well, there's a lot of bad managers, 110%, and those are also the places that have like no loyalty with their people that work there, and rightly so. You shouldn't have loyalty to a bad manager or a place anyway. By the way, please don't have loyalty to your big company that you're working for. Always think of yourself first. But you know what I mean? It's one of those situations where I feel like you should have trust. Am I making sense here? Because I don't want to make it seem like, you know, like it's like, oh, there's like, you know, you got to be the best manager you can be. But I mean, it's just like 3 months to be the head prosecutor, 6 months to be the head monk. There's like no chance of like building up a reputation even, you know? Yeah, the conclusion there is, if you're working in retail, don't have any allegiance to your big company. Have allegiance to yourself, always, always.
Mr. Payne, I know just how you feel, my man. Her Holiness teaching's spoken to me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Brother Tard. Yes! And they're both like very sacrilegious. The two of them are. They're using religion, the religion as a way to like to further their own agenda and their own career. That's what they're doing here. Well, I know why Payne suddenly became a believer in Curanism, but could Addiston have had an ulterior motive for becoming a believer too? Mr. Addiston, were you really in your chamber as you claim?
What? Hey, chill, brother.
Weren't you instead somewhere else?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, what kind of nonsense are you spouting now?
According to Mr. Addison's testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest he could have seen Albie from somewhere else?
Well,
do you have a theory of defense where you have to point out maybe where he could have seen him from? Do you know where Mr. Addison was, if not in his chamber? If he wasn't in his room, then if Albie had gone down the hallway towards the treasure room, there are only a few places he could have seen Albie from. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness really did see Albie going towards the treasure room. What then? The defense supposes that the only place he could have been to see Albie going down the hall. That's really weird though, because like, it can't be here because there's no window going down here. It can't be here anymore. Right? It can't be in here because then Albie would have seen him, right? It can't be here because Albie would have seen him, right? And it wasn't dark, so Albie couldn't have seen him either. So was he like following him down here? So do we say like around here where there's like a way he could see Albie, but Albie couldn't see him? Possibly? Like if he was like, the only explanation really could be is if he came out of his chamber and followed him down here like this and looked around here. That's the only explanation. Because if he was here, Albie would have seen him. Like, let's just be honest here. And you said the floors were creaky, so he would have heard you. If he was here, you would have seen him. If he's in here, you would have seen him. If he's in here, you wouldn't have seen him. That's the only explanation, is that he followed him down and then used this wall as a way to cover his tracks. Maybe? Miss Addison, you were here, weren't you? No? What you're saying, Mr. Defense, doesn't make any... Wait, is that wrong? Oh no. Huh? According to the assertions yourself made earlier, had the witness been standing there, he would have been able to see the accused. Oh, yeah. Wasting time, so... Oh, no. Wait, they're gonna rub this in. I believe the defense deserves a penalty. Yeah, Pops, I agree most readily. What? So not groovy. So if it wasn't there, I better think this true. So they're saying he couldn't have seen him there? So wait, so they're saying he couldn't have seen him here. That's what he said. They couldn't see him from this location. So, like, if he was following him, if we still go with our assertion that he's following him, like, here?
Take that!
There? What you just suggested earlier? Maybe? Okay, I guess so. I just thought, like, maybe you used the wall for hiding space. That's where the true culprit might have been. True. But no matter how I look at I forgot that part as well. Sorry about that, guys. Look at this. This is the only place Addison could have been. Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me. Are you accusing Miss Addison of being the true culprit in this case? Let's go for it. Why not? Why not? I'm so for this. If I could take this guy down, it's going to feel so good. And it's going to make me feel... And again, it's one of those things where like it's the right thing to do as well. I contend there's a strong possibility this witness is the murderer. You can speak all you want, by the way, but you were all jeering on a little kid who was standing on a box here to even see over the railing to be killed. So stop your mumbling, everyone. Stop the mumbling.
How dare you be so disrespectful? First you criticize her benevolence and sights, now you accuse the head monk of murder?
Objection!
This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was here, he would have struck the victim down from behind and moved his body to the treasure room.
That's nothing but groundless conjecture.
And there's one more thing. Do you remember what it was said in the opening argument? The opening argument? During that argument, it was suggested that Albie used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure.
That's right, and what of it?
Well, why don't we try to twist this on for sides? Oh, because he used his position? The thief used his position as head monk at the temple to get all the treasure. I love that, because it's turning around. You're, like, if you can make that statement, why can't we make the statement of the guy who has ultimate power in here? He could do anything in here.
What?
He has the key. You're joshing me, man. Oh, and he's sweating now as well. We love that. The key to the treasure box has been passed down from head monk to head monk. What better position to be in? If you want to steal the treasure?
You can't possibly be serious.
Does this mean you're claiming that the Mr. Addison's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure? That is exactly what I'm saying. He is a big lie. He is lying about his faith. He is lying about his religion. He's lying about all that stuff. The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to this court. So clearly he isn't above lying. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that naught but truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question. I agree. I 100% agree. His faith was shook from the start. Didn't believe a second of him.
This is ridiculous. Are there no limits to what a lawyer will say? I mean, lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake.
Oh my god, it's a mistake when... Oh yeah, it's a mistake when your client... Wait, what? Enough with the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor? I was gonna say it's a mistake when his client does it, but it's a lie when my client does it, right? It's a mistake when his witness does it, lies. But it's not a mistake when my client originally stretches the truth, right? That Magatama again. You're just embarrassing yourself, man. Stop shaking that, buddy. What? What was that, Mr. Addison?
Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. You called my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother.
And again, he's acting like he cares about this too.
And nobody gets away with that.
What's he doing? What is he doing? What? Oh my god. Like a freaking electric guitar he's doing this? Jesus Christ, the lengths that he's gonna go to like hide his lies. Like even plugging in his ancient instrument. Wonder what that music is making my ears bleed. He's playing some freaking trash metal, some hair metal. Oh my, look at that freaking amps in the core room as well. Insane character detail, honestly. Oh my god, this is the music of my soul. I bet it is. Jesus Christ. Stop. What are we doing here? Oh my god, the Twilight Messenger. He's literally doing a full trash metal thing, a hair metal thing. Can't you tell? Gonna take this lying lawyer straight to hell, I bet. Okay, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. He's dripping with lies, running with Philistines. I'm gonna send the lawyer to the guillotines. I'm sorry, this is insane. I've seen it. I think we've seen like a lot of crazy stuff here as well. Of course, like, you know, we've seen crazy stuff, but like, leave it to Ace Attorney to like to have a spiritual monk do a hair metal concert in the middle of a trial. And it's not about being surprised that these games are crazy, right? They have some really crazy and out there characters. It's just that they always surprise me, and I think it's so great about these games too. Even if like I don't like this guy, it's like we just got a hair metal concert in the middle of this trial. What now? And now for something completely different. Oh my god, the freaking Monty Python reference. That plickety plug music just wouldn't let me express my rage. Your rage, huh? Is the real source of your anger having your lie exposed? Phoenix just going right in this again. The best way he could do this. Just go right in on him once again. You don't get it. If I lied, it's because you drove me to it. Stop. Stop. You can't blame someone else. And it seems like the type of personality would blame someone else, but you can't blame someone else for your own lies. You were asked basic questions. All sniffing around suspicious and throwing out false accusations. Buddy, you lied before the accusations came into play. Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job. Exactly. Yeah, but he didn't even accuse. He accused you after the lies. Yeah, well, lawyers are crap. Keep making noise. I'll have to use my partner here on you. I'm the one making noise. Exactly. Yeah, no, he's definitely trying to like compensate for stuff as well, for sure. Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, do ya? Fine. Let's see you try. Feel the heat of my brutal death beat. So he is like doing like death metal, hair metal, trash metal type stuff. Oh my god, he's going again. Again, there's talent to make this out of this type of instrument. Savage Wright, Sweating Bullets, Age of Sweating Bullets, which is a freaking Megadeth reference. Jesus Christ, this dude. The screens of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of this peanut gallery. He is out there. He is definitely out there as a character. And everyone's cheering for him, of course. They love him. Did he really just win the court over with that performance? 100%. He got a hint of his lies happening. And it was clear what was happening. Does this sound weird to you guys? The text going by? Is that just me? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just hearing things. Because that sounds right. Doesn't it sound like a little bit deep and grungy? But I was gonna say as well, they saw that he was lying and decided to They were like, okay, let's do this performance and get all these people back on my side. He was 100% trying to manipulate them once again. Maybe that's how it's always sounded. I think, here's the thing. He's clearly doing another thing here as well. I think before we, or maybe we'll hear this and then we'll end the video there, right? I think that's a good way to do it. Oh, he's gonna play the instrument as he's doing this too. The priestess dance has come to an end. Okay, so you're saying the ceremony had ended. Okay. To the music storeroom my way I did wend. Okay, this is crazy. I mean, again, like, we've seen crazy stuff in history. We've literally, like, we've cross-examined an orca before. But I think it's also like, on top of being like just a crazy sequence, I think it's also trying to showcase that he is like he is. I'm not saying that metal music is superficial, but I listen to metal music myself. But I'm saying that like he's all about the performance. He's all about the perception of who he is, rather than actually the spiritual aspect. Oh my god, he's doing this as well. Look at his eyes. Death, truth is what you dread. Hear me shred. From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep to the treasure room. Look at he is going nuts on this. Again, there's talent, but he's using it for all the wrong reasons. I'm trailing from behind, hound of the scent. I saw patrol after Albie went. Me and my girl, innocent and sweet, back by the storeroom, can't be beat. Then out went the power, ticket to midnight, blacker than the blackest black, robbing all sight. Jesus Christ, man. Like, I'm gonna have to read over that again just because, like, I was more focused on the rhyming aspects and him going nuts on the freaking Dollarman here. Yeah, baby, let the metal soul flow. What is that music? I never heard anything like it. We're going to end the video here. There's a lot that's happened already. There's a lot of crazy stuff that's happening. I wonder if we're coming to the end of the trial, possibly, but we'll see if we are. Basically, what we've like uncovered here is that in this episode is not only do we have now the trust of Albie, which is fantastic. This is awesome. He kind of like changed his tune when he realized, okay, someone's actually defending me, which is such a beautiful moment, by the way, to have Albie kind of like, oh my God, like all the stories I heard about defending lawyers are not true, because look at this man put his life on the line for me. And I think it's such a great way of like breaking that like cultural stigma, because what happened from a young age, you're going to be told like lawyers are evil, defense lawyers are evil. But in reality, what we had here instead was actually that it was just a tale they told people just to like, you know, because it was a part of like, you know, some one thing that some one bad lawyer clearly did beforehand. And I love that, you know, it was so ingrained in their social norms and culture and religion that breaking someone out of that type of idea is very difficult. But the game did it in an amazing way where they didn't just do like, oh yeah, he just went like, actually, you know what? I'll have you defend me. He still was kind of like very defensive against us, but then he realized, okay, this person's literally going to die for me. Literally has no problem dying for me if he loses. I better like, I think he does actually care about me. And I think that's such a great way they did that, because like I think it's a good showcase to Albie of like what our intentions are and what we truly believe. And how much and what we're willing to stand for. How can we be evil if we're willing to put our life on the line for the truth and for him as well? It's mostly just so we don't like. It's Phoenix's own beautiful pride that he would never let anyone die in this situation, never let anyone go to jail that doesn't deserve to go to jail. He will always fight for people like that, and we saw that here, and that's why Albie started telling the truth. But of course, we saw the dog as well come out too, which is Shadow. Very, very cute as well. And Shadow apparently can't be a witness. But then I think it was like all through this whole thing as well that like, you know, Payne kept fighting back against this, saying it was just conjecture. And then we met this dude, and what was his name again? It was sorry, oh no, autoplay, sorry, wrong line here. It was Adestenden. I can't pronounce it. Adestenden. But he was the true culprit. And we've come up with like a bunch of theories of how he did this. And like, you know, I was wrong a few times there, and maybe like, you know, maybe it might come around and there's a whole other idea of how he did this. But it's very clear that like, you know, from the start of this, he's been trying to pin this on Albie. And we know this is a fact. Like he said this at the start, I'm going to pin this on the kid. And it's so sad because like Albie's a character who I don't want anything to happen to. He's already in that category like where I'm like, I don't like, obviously he's not like the same like emotional connection I have with them as I do with like Trucy and Pearls and Maya. That's different, right? That's a different thing. They're all different relationships. They're all different characters. But I feel like it's one of those situations where like he's like for sure there in the idea of like, I won't let anyone harm him. I will hurt anyone who does anything to him. Because he's so adorable, he's so sweet, and he's just trying to get by. That's what he's trying to do. And it's so funny because he's the one being punished in this courtroom. And he's like the only one who has like this true faith in like his religion. You know what I mean? He's the only one amongst everybody here. Because here's the thing, you could say the crowd has a true faith in their religion too. I think there's a difference between like a truth faith and like what they're doing, which is like blindly following anything that is said. I'm pretty sure if Rifa came into the court right now and said, hey, like, you know, we no longer follow this religion, we're following something else, they'd all probably like be like, oh, if that's what they want us to do, you know. Not to insult the gallery, because they also grow up in this social standing and this structure that like changes their mind and stuff like this too. But yeah, the guy, I keep forgetting how his name, Adestain, he has been lying. He's tried to pin everything on Albie, and even in this sequence, he lied about the window being open. He lied about the position he was in, and now he's trying to once again turn this back around on Albie. And I have to read over his testimony again because I was so distracted by the music that was playing. But yeah, he is like this rock and roll guy who became the head monk 6 months ago, along with Payne becoming the head prosecutor 3 months ago. It just showcases that there's a weird thing going on here, that because the divine spirits, I think, can decide this, and like the religion can decide this, just like the way that they got the idea of this whole trial wrong, it means that like you're ending up down the wrong path, whether it be like a 9-year-old kid being up for a trial where he's going to be killed, or a chief prosecutor who like legitimately has no opposition and is no good at his job, or at least I won't say no good at his job, because he's good at like poking stuff back here. I think this is the best, like in terms of like utilizing the situation around him. I'm not saying he's a good lawyer, but he's good at like sneakily using everything around him. So at least we can give him that. I'm not saying that's a praise, like, F him. He wants us to die. He wants his kid to die. F him. But I'm saying he's like really good at like twisting our words and twisting everything around and using the religion to his advantage. The same way that this guy is as well. The monk is using the religion too. He's using the religion to his advantage. He's using his faith to his advantage. He's doing all these poses and this music and trying to get the gallery on his side and calling on the religion, and even like manipulating, both Payne and him both tried to manipulate Albie this time by saying like, oh, like, accept your fate, and once you die, you'll be forgiven. Like, it's a really manipulative way of trying to get him back on their side, even though he knows that he's done, I loved as well, Albie knows he's done nothing wrong this time around. He knows he's done nothing wrong, and he never has done anything wrong. So he's kind of pushing back against that because he has Phoenix in his side. And it would have been more difficult if Phoenix wasn't here, because he would have just been dead, right? Or maybe, I don't think he would have died. I think what turned into a death penalty, and correct me if I'm wrong, was because Phoenix showed up to defend. Is that, no, maybe not. Actually, no, I don't think so, because treason is death, right? Yeah, no, it would have been. Sorry, I didn't mean to be like, oh, Phoenix's fault, but I meant it more in case of like, I think Gaspin wants Phoenix to die for sure, right? He wants him to die for sure. But regardless, he was going to get a life sentence or death. So it was going to, if Phoenix didn't show up, this kid was done. This kid was absolutely done no matter what. Yeah, really, really interesting situation here, because now we are pushing back against the guy who was like, once again, a fan favorite of this crowd. He's beloved by the judge. He's beloved by everyone around him. And now I feel like he's getting a little bit more aggressive with us, but the crowd loves him more. They love the performance aspect. And again, I think that's what's so interesting about his character, is that he is a character who like I have such an annoyance with, because as I said, I have no problem looking at a character like Rafa and being like, she clearly believes in what she believes in to an extent, at least like, she's following like something. Again, I want to make it clear, I don't agree with her methods, because clearly like she was going to put a kid behind bars or kill him or whatever like that. I don't agree with that whatsoever. That shouldn't be how you decide law. She is very aggressive and rude. There's no doubt about that. But I hope you get what I'm saying when I'm saying that, like, at least when she performs her stuff, it's like there's like a belief in there. There's like an actual faith within there. Whereas with him, there's no faith whatsoever. It's all using it for his own advantage and using it for his own ego. And the other girl, in fairness, is 14. You know what I mean? 100%. Like, I'm not saying that 14-year-olds are dumb. I'm saying that, like, teenagers don't know or they don't know the world as much. You know what I mean? It's just, that's the way it goes. And it's clear that, like, if you were someone who's a young person who has had their religion in their, shoved it, towards them this whole time in a very aggressive way, because it's part of every part of this world, to the point that they don't even have like a real legal system. Of course, you're probably going to like act like her when you're given this position of power as well. 100%. She's a kid. She's a freaking kid. And that's not a defense, by the way, of her being rude or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but I just think it's one of those things where it's like, look, it's a completely different situation for this monk who clearly is taking advantage of the situation in a very non-believing way. But we might find out later on that Rafa doesn't believe either. I don't know, but like, we'll see what's happening, or maybe she will get some more like advancement to her character too. We don't know. But that's what I think about this story so far. It's getting a bit like, I think we have him like, we don't have him on the ropes, but we just gave him the first punch. And I feel like he's like rocked a bit. So we just have to get him on the ropes. That's what we have to get him there. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Thank you guys for supporting me and supporting this series. It means the world to me to be back in Ace Attorney, and I'm having such a good time. We'll be back again on Saturday for the next episode of Ace Attorney, so I hope you guys are excited for that. With that being said, I want to say thank you so much to my patrons at the highest tier, my YouTube member at the highest tier, which is the €15 tier. That being Ty4R2, Jamie Bull, Jonathan Banana, The Ghost Fiend Azuma, Delicious Felix, Ewald, Radish and Usta, Lynx Markey, The Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasparian, Jared Bianum, and at the highest tier on my YouTube, Roar Gamer 7, and Blasco, and Lucinagi. And I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.